Hey, this is my second video. I've been listening to YouTubers and different pundits the last few days just to understand how Americans and British and I think Australian people with microphones on YouTube talk about the situation in Syria and Israel, going into Syria. And you know, Israel has been communicating from day one, which is a few days ago, that we have no interest with what's happening with Syria unless it has to do with Israel's security. And how Israel's security looks like with Syria is obviously what's happening when Iran sends ammunition and people there, but in the context of the last few days, the border. Now, on the border between Israel and Syria, there's a demilitarized zone. I used to serve there, so I kind of know what I'm talking about here. What happened on the other side of that zone is there were military bases. What's happening since October 10th or 9th is that this entire line of Syrian army bases has been abandoned. It's been abandoned, okay? So there are no soldiers there, no Syrian soldiers. Now, the IDF that literally walked in to these bases found that all their weapons did not target Israel. They targeted inland into Syria because they knew Israel will not attack Syria. It hasn't happened since, 73, 74. IDF soldiers found the weapons targeting inland into Syria. They were afraid of different jihadist groups. Now, what does the IDF and what does the Israel government supposed to think when there's no one holding these weapons on the border with Israel? Should Israel just wait and see what's happening? Perhaps allow the other side, which we don't trust because some of them are jihadists. Maybe we should just wait for them to come with white Toyota pickup trucks to attack the Israeli Golan Heights. So the conversation in the Western world right now, and I'm pretty sure in the Arab world, is that, Israel just wants land. Israel just wants land. Ha 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 ha. No, fuck that. Listen to what we're saying. Listen to what Israelis are saying to you. We care to not be butchered. Maybe it's hard to understand. We care to not be butchered. And it's kind of a foreign, extraterrestrial idea to people that don't understand it. And don't get me wrong, I get politics. I really do. And it's really easy standing somewhere else to say, countries, they want to conquer. Everyone wants to conquer. And imperialism. Let's talk about imperialism of the French. Let's talk about imperialism of the German. Let's talk about imperialism of the Americans. Who else? Who else?
Israel grabs land in Syria's Golan Heights, warns villagers to stay home. Israeli forces also bomb weapons depots in southern Syria and the capital Damascus, Israeli media reports. Israel has seized territory in Syrian-controlled areas of the Golan Heights as its military warned Syrians living in 5 villages close to the Israeli-occupied portion of the strategic area to, quote, stay home. So understand something, guys. There's a different part of the Golan Heights that they hold, and they've been holding for a while, and this is a portion that the international community says that is still Syrian territory. But the U.S., under Trump, said, wrong, we officially recognize that area as part of Israel now. But what they're saying in this article is, since the fall of Assad in Damascus, Israel's taken even more territory in the Golan Heights. So Prime Minister Netanyahu says he ordered Israeli forces to grab a buffer zone in the Golan Heights established by a 1974 ceasefire agreement with Syria after a lightning advance by Syrian opposition forces ended Bashar al-Assad's rule. So there was an agreement in 1974 that held since then. And Israel said, well, fuck it. The Assad government's not there anymore. So our agreement is null and void, and we're going to take more territory. And I love this argument. They say, oh, we need a buffer zone. Okay, but that was the original argument for the parts of the Golan Heights that Israel already holds. They say this is a buffer zone. So in other words, they're saying we need a buffer zone for the buffer zone. Guys, who are we kidding? Just come out and say it. Just come out and say it. You want more land. You want more territory. You don't care about the rules. You don't care about the laws.
Wow. So he said we just want to grab land because we're land maniacs, basically. So guess who else wants to grab land? His name starts with P, and he's the host of one Bashar al-Assad. And yeah, do you really think that Israel is kind of just like Russia? Really? That's what you think? The bigger Israel? True. We have some fanatics about that, but trust me, Israel doesn't want to become the bigger Israel, the one that is, mentioned in the Bible. We're not there.